Good morning, Huskies. Welcome to another week of online distance learning. If you're like me, the announcement last week of not returning back to school, it was not a surprise. But while it wasn't a surprise necessarily, it still kind of made me feel a wide range of emotion. So everybody's kind of dealing with it on their own and processing it in their own way. And I think the way that it really deflated me was the fact that we were not going to have our concert, our end of the year concert. Certainly playing and practicing for music's sake is absolutely worth it for numerous reasons, and I won't go into them because you probably could guess almost all of the reasons already. But when you have a goal like a performance and a concert, it does motivate your practice a good bit more. So I wanted to try to find a way to create a performance-like event that could help motivate us to practice and to want to perform. So I had this idea to give an attempt at making a virtual band recording. You've maybe seen other bands like professional folks and maybe even some other high schools attempting it. The trouble in making these is that you have to have the right kind of equipment. People make it look easy, and it's like, oh, why don't you just have everybody record themselves and then put it into a big program? And the problem is that a lot of people don't have that type of equipment, that type of software that can handle it. Well, as many of you know, I have my own YouTube channel, so I have some pretty good software that can handle a recording of that size in picture, multiple pictures. So I figured we would give it a shot. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do America the Beautiful. So if you go to heritagehuskyband.edublogs.org, and I'll put the link in the description below, click on the Symphonic Band Wind Ensemble tab, enter in your passcode. If you need that passcode, direct message me, and go towards the bottom where it talks about J.W. Pepper Share Music. Make sure you copy the access code first and then click on that link. It'll take you to the J.W. Pepper website. It'll say, do you have an access code? Put that access code at the bottom, paste it in there, hit enter, and it'll take you to the music that I'm sharing with you. America the Beautiful is listed on there, and you can find both the score and the parts to practice by. So here's what I would like for you to do. I would like for you to make a recording of yourself playing your part. And I don't care if you pick the alto 1 or alto 2 or trombone 1 or trumpet 2. I don't care. Just pick a part. We'll make it work regardless. Even if I've got random parts, we will make it work. Pick a part and record it. Before you record it, get a tuner and get as perfectly in tune as you possibly can. Step 2 is you have to play with a metronome or a click track. What I would suggest you do is pull up your music on a screen, on a device, put in some headphones or earbuds or something, and put it on quarter note equals 78, which is exactly the tempo that is marked on the score and the parts. You have to hold to that, because if we're not on the same tempo, then I can't line up those parts together. The format is we're going to take the pickups to measure 7, and we're going to play pickups to measure 7 through measure 25. Instead of playing measure 26, you jump to measure 32 and play to the end. The last note has a fermata over it. Just ignore the fermata. Play the last note just as a whole note. So beat 1, 2, 3, 4, release on the downbeat of the imaginary, no last measure. There are some percussion parts there, and I would urge you, if you're a percussionist, to just take a peek at it. If all you can do is on a practice pad tap with some snare sticks, that's fine. If you happen to have like a cymbal or something at home that you can do, get creative with it. But give it a shot, and I'll try to include it. I would urge you to submit only one recording. Don't submit 3 recordings and go, this is my best measure 7 to measure 10, this is my best 11 through 25. I have the ability to edit your videos in my program. Now, it would be best if I wasn't making 2,000 edits for every person that submitted. But if you have to, like if you're playing, you know, da da da, boom, you make a mistake on beat 4 of measure 8. What I would suggest you do is just stop. Instead of hitting stop on your video, just stop playing and go, this is measure 8, 2, 3, 4, and then replay measure 8. With a little count off, I can edit out that mistake and your count off and get your measure 7 that was right lined up with your measure 8. Try to use the best microphone that you have. I understand some of you don't have them, that's fine. If it's the built-in mic on your laptop or whatever, or just your phone, then fine. That's going to work fine. If you have like these kinds with the microphone right there, I found that those are actually pretty good. If you have a super nice mic, go for it. But use the best mic that you have. And try to get to a quiet space where there's not a lot of background noise, right? Trickling water, or if you can, just try to get to as quiet of a space as you possibly can, understanding that we're all doing the best we can in the time that we have. I would also like to invite Guard members to create maybe an interpretive dance, or some basic flag work might be nice. Rifle and weapon work might be a little aggressive for this, maybe, but if you want to do it, go for it. So what Guard can use and my instrumentalist can use, there's a recording that I'm going to link in the description below to a video that we made in 2016 that will play it exactly like you should record it. Now, don't use that recording, instrumentalist, don't use that recording to play with, because I don't know that that recording is exactly quarter note of 78. I think it's pretty close, but don't use that recording to play along with. Use a click track, a metronome click track of quarter note of 78 and play along with that. But for my Guard folks, you can record yourselves doing a routine to that video. Now for the Guard folks, feel free to set that video up, the one in the description below, that's my example video, and put it on some speakers and go ahead and record your routine with that video. What I'll do, once you submit your video to me, I'll basically mute your video so that it's only your work on top of the video recording of the audio that we supply, if that makes sense. Everybody that submits something, I will include in this video. I will attempt. I may not be able to get 1,000 people on the screen at once. It might start with 8 or 9, and then I'll have to flip to another 8 or 9 if we have like 18 people. If I can't get everybody on the screen, I'll do the best I can. The most important thing is the audio, though. If I can get the audio right, and I'm pretty sure, even if I have to split it up and do 9 people on one screen, 9 people on a next scene, I can still get the full 18 in the audio recording. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of feature some people throughout the recording. So for the Guard folks, what I'll do is I'll include you in like the miniature screen, but then maybe in some key moments, I can put just you on the screen while the audio is going, so I can feature you. So I'll try to do that. If you can't tell, this is a lot of work for me. So I'm asking you that the deadline for this is going to be this coming Friday, May the 1st, by midnight that night, basically. So if you can get it to me 11:59 p.m. This Friday, May 1st, then what I can do is I'm going to spend the weekend toying with it and to see if I can get it to something that we could maybe publish next week. I'll just use this, I'll say this as a disclaimer. If for some reason this flops and I cannot get it to work, then I won't publish it. I'm not going to embarrass us or whatever. But if it works, then I will publish it, and we may do a lot more of these, because this could get us, this would be great to get us through the month of May and beyond maybe. So to submit your video, the easiest way is probably going to be to share it with me via Google Drive if you can. So share it to my director@heritagehusky.org account. and put it on your Google Drive and then just share it with me. I'll download it from there and make it work. All right, I think that's about it. If you have questions, email me or contact me or leave me a comment below and I will get back to you. But I'm excited about this possibility and I hope it works. So give me some good recordings so I can make it happen. Thanks, folks, and we'll see you soon.